For 7 straight rounds, Kieran LaFlanders looked unstoppable in the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship. But in Oschersleben, the streak finally came to an end. A rare mistake dropped the South Carolinian into traffic, and after contact with Josh Mertz, the win looked out of reach. But LaFlander never gave up. He clawed his way back through the chaos, pushing right to the bumper of the race leader in a thrilling charge to the finish. That leader, Zachary Goddard, kept his cool under the immense pressure of one of the fastest kids on iRacing breathing down his neck, becoming the newest winner in the Lights World Championship, mirroring what his teammate Joey Morissette pulled off last season. Josh Mertz survived the drama, pitting early and holding on to third to keep his battle with Brian Sawyer alive heading into tonight. And where better to wrap up the Velocity Pixels Endurance Cup than Crandon, a track where chaos isn't just expected, it's a tradition. But we go green in the big house live next on ASN. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Crandon International Raceway, using the short layout. The North American Simulated Auto Racing started visiting Crandon in 2020B. This iconic off-road circuit in Wisconsin is known for its high-speed dirt straights, sweeping corners, and flowing rhythm. But without the traditional land rush start, the action kicks off more traditionally with a rolling start. The short layout still packs a punch, demanding precision over jumps and through wide arcing turns. With its rich off-road legacy and intense racing surface, Crandon remains a fan favorite in the Rallycross calendar. In NASA Rallycross, our Velocity Pixels format endurance follows. We are finishing open practice now, which leads us into a 3-lap single car qualifying session that splits the field equally into two 10-minute heat races. The top 5 receive bonus points, with 5 to the winner down to 1 for 5th. And this sets the grid for our 30-minute feature race, where the points are awarded, trophies are handed out, and everybody races. The 6th season of NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship continues today, live on the Automotive Sports Networks, with me, Stephen Moreau, in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box is Josh Donnell, as we welcome you to the second running of the Crandon Grand Prix. Sorry.
What's up,
And
Stevie?
just a reminder, cameras all season long are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you to Andrew Carnali IV for your camera support. And finally, the intro music for the NASA World feed was produced by Alex Abedi. And I have a question here that was made for me, but I'm gonna shoot it to you there, Josh. Kieran finally made a mistake, and we have a new winner. However, Crandon is known for chaos. What do you think about that, Josh? What do you think?
If Karen can get out in the way, there's not going to be a contest in terms of who's going to be fastest here. It won't surprise me. I mean, like, the question is, will he be able to get away? Like, I know they're not doing. I think, are we doing rolling starts here?
I technically believe it is a rolling start. I believe, yeah.
Okay, so as long as he can get a good start off the line, no one should, in theory, be able to catch him barring any mistakes. I mean, his
Yeah, Joey says
I
it's
mean,
a it's
it
a
seems as though
rolling start.
maybe if he gets stuck in traffic, he uh seems like the cracks in his armor start to show. Gets a little bit of pressure underneath them, but I mean that tends to happen when you're so fast that you tend to not drive next to somebody else. Kind of get
Right.
accustomed to that. Get accustomed to being out in the way, and when someone starts catching up to you, it can make you nervous for sure.
Oh, for sure. You know, those nerves catch up to you at some point. But it was great racing from Kieran. Regardless, he was able to claw his way back up through traffic and get back into the podium position, I believe. So, you
Are
know,
they in?
no
No,
short of
yeah,
a
they're
nothing
in
short of a
qualifying
feat. You know,
here, Steven.
uh,
Kieran's on his third lap.
were we
They've been,
qualifying
yeah,
just now?
maybe I'm crazy. Hold on.
Looked like maybe we were qualifying.
We are in qualifying. I believe they set
Like 2 minutes left.
everyone's set their times. Kieran's in P1 with he's 4 tenths faster than Zachary Goddard, who's only a tenth faster than Sawyer. And then it's Eric Cat with a 43. We have 3 drivers in the 42s. I mean, Zachary Goddard is going to be a force to be reckoned with on this track. He's a truck driver, so he knows it more than likely better than any of us Rallycross drivers know it, barring any of the ones that also do trophy trucks. We have a couple of those
Looks
guys in
like
here who make it
must have been
quite.
our qualifying. Leave it to me to
Goddard's
pay
extremely
attention.
Goddard's extremely Goddard is extremely strong on this track. So I don't doubt that he would be able. I don't doubt that he'll be able to at least bring a battle to Kieran here. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. We're just waiting. I don't know who we're waiting for, if anybody left
I don't think we're
is
waiting for
still trying
anybody.
to
I think we're just
qualify.
waiting for
I
the
think we're just
session to
waiting
be
for them to
kicked
kick the
forward, I
session
think.
forward. Yeah.
So, while we wait for the session to be kicked forward, let's do a
I'm
quick
going to YouTube.
programming
I'm
notes
looking at the chat.
podcast. So, we got NASCAR Rallycross contenders with Brian Sawyer and Justin Robichaux at 9 p.m. on Monday. And then following that, Saturday, we'll have NASA Rallycross World Championship at 2 p.m. with Brian Sawyer and Josh Mertz. And then we'll be back with iRacing's Rallycross Strength of Field races with week 7. That'll be at 8:15 p.m. on Saturday. That'll be Brian Sawyer, myself, and Josh Darnell. And then we'll be back to kick off the new week of NASA. We'll be coming back here to NASA Rallycross features on ASM Plus with myself and Josh Mertz at Brands Hatch. And then following that will be NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship with myself and Mr. Darnell here at 9 p.m. And then that'll end the week with NASA Rallycross contenders at Brands Hatch for 9 p.m. That'll be Brian Sawyer and Justin Robichaux. And looks like we are being kicked into our first heat, and
They
first
finally
and I
made us
believe only
forward.
heat. So
I'm doing this thing.
pull up.
Who's in here?
He's grabbing.
Who's in the seat?
Here we go.
Zachary Goddard, Kieran Lifflander, Eric Kaplinger, Brian Sawyer, Josh Mertz, Gerald
All right.
Espino, Jake Robichaux, Jeff Cartwright, and Wyatt Pearson. All right, there's only one heat. Everyone's in here. I'm reading it off like there's multiple heats here, but there are not.
No, just the one heat. And so for our grid for the heat is going to be Kieran Lifflander, Zachary Goddard, Brian Sawyer, Eric Kaplinger, Josh Mertz, Gerald Buffino, Jake Robichaux, Eric Dubois, Wyatt Pearson, and Jeff Cartwright. That'll be rounding out our heat for tonight. As we are now rolling for the rolling start, getting ready to go. Good luck, everybody, and for all of you that have tuned into the stream for tonight, good luck to you all watching.
Green, green, green.
I don't know why I said good luck to the audience, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. It's a good start
And
off
we're
the
up.
line for Karen Lithlander. Brian Sawyer and Jackson Goddard getting side by side now. So Eric Haplinger and Josh Mertz, 2 by 2 coming up from the turn, and someone's already flipped upside down. Oh my goodness, Zachary Goddard's upside down. Okay, so Goddard's been killed. I don't know what happened. I will go back and try to investigate further. Poor Goddard. So coming off of the jump. Oh, no contact. Goddard killed himself. He got a little bit too close over the berm and the car got rotated. Thank God the Beetles have this weird... Thank God they're almost round. They always seem to land with their wheels on. The Goddard dropped him all the way back down now to P9. Rough for Goddard. Already a bad start coming off with a bad start for him tonight. So not the start that he wanted. Fast forward this and catch back up. Get back up to the front here. Karen Lithlander starting to bridge a bit of a gap to Sawyer and Catlinger, who... I think my mic's as loud as I can get. Is that better?
Oh, never mind. It might have just turned the headset back up. Oops.
So we got Karen Lithlander in P1, Brian Sawyer in P2, Eric Catlinger in P3. Both of them, the teammates, are basically neck and neck right now. Josh Mertz close behind. JP DeFino holding strong in P5 ahead of Jake Robichaux. Josh almost making the same mistake that Zachary Goddard made. We come now to I forgot these endurance and giant laps. So we got almost about 6 minutes left in this race. Karen Lithlander still holding strong.
7.5 minutes left.
7, yeah. Karen's still holding strong against the rest of the competition, building a bit of more of a gap. As I said, if we leave it would on away with this, and more than likely will. With Goddard with Goddard all the way back to P9 still, it's so hard to make up time on this track. Josh Mertz looking inside on Eric Hamlinger now, but Eric holding very strong. Not allowing Josh Mertz to get by at all. Up here in Chopper 9. JP DeFino is still holding strong against Jake Robichaux, building a bit of a gap to him, actually.
Josh slipping in there. Right into the inside there. Almost made that stick.
Yeah. Looking inside again.
Looking to do it again.
But Cap's going to have the better run out. He's going to fall back behind. Josh is looking to make a pass happen to get onto the podium. Those starting positions mean a lot on these kinds of tracks where there's so much open throttle that it's hard to make any passes kind of stick. Here, you really have to get a good run out of the turn if you're gonna get anything done. And the cars. I don't drive the lights. Josh looking again to try to get something to happen. Cavalier nudges his teammate, Sawyer. Calamity avoided, though. So our closest battle right now is a battle for technically P2. I don't think Cavalier is going to be battling
I don't think Cowboys will be battling Sawyer too much. He's just going to be trying to hold off Mertz, but I'm sure if something happened, Sawyer will more than happily let him have the position. And they scroll back to the back. Eric Dubois on T10 trying to make up lost time. Wyatt Pearson in front of him. There must have been an issue for Eric somewhere. There was an issue for Eric. So he flipped the car back in about turn 5. Same place Goddard flipped it, actually. So, issue for Eric, unfortunately, tonight. Well, there's a time to making a mistake, guys. It's right now in the heats. So, get it all out of your systems. Goddard has made a bit of a good run now.
Oh my god.
He's made it back up to what did I miss?
The field has just been cleared, brother. Zach and... Brian and I believe that was Eric Kaplinger, I believe.
Yeah,
both
Kaplinger.
of them were just
Did
folded.
they come together? Oh, they did. They came together. Wow. Okay, so we have a death. Oh, goodness. Sawyer hit the wall, comes into Kaplinger, and clears the way for Josh Mertz there. Brian's able to get it back on track. Kaplinger unable to. Beach. So calamity for the teammates tonight. A moment of distraction, it looked like, for Sawyer. I'm going to go back to see what happened. Maybe get an inside view here. But for me, Steven, if you just maintain what's going on up front, Josh Mertz now to P2. Sawyer literally just, the car did not want to turn coming off of turn 3. It was as if the pole pulled him into its gravitational well. It was very interesting to see happen. So Sawyer from P2 back to P4 now. JP DeFino and Josh Mertz up into podium positions now. Mertz basically had the war fought for him.
Wyatt is battling Jeff Cartwright to save his life over here.
Yeah, Wyatt Pearson and Jeff Carr right now, side by side, coming over the jump. Will there be an issue coming into this turn? Side by side, they almost make contact. But Pearson has to pull off a little bit. So Pearson takes a much tighter line, and it's going to sacrifice the speed coming out, gives him a bit of a nudge. One gets wide, they're going to come back together. Man, oh man. Kind of a racing
I don't think
incident.
Wyatt's going to like that very much.
I don't think he's going to like that at all. But if anyone there caused the issue, I'd have to say it would be Wyatt Pearson. You have Eric Kaplinger, who's able to get the car started again, bounced back into down to P7 behind Jeff Cartwright. Goddard up to P5 after a very bad lap 1.
And Goddard is actually in the position to actually earn a bonus point here from the race.
Goodness. A bonus point?
Yes, sir. Top 5
Oh.
get bonus points from the heat race. Here in LaPlata will get 5.
Yeah.
Josh Mertz will get 4. DeFino will get 3. Sorry. Brian Sawyer will get 2, and Zachary Goddard will get 1. But those are still bonus points nonetheless, and something tells me
Jake Robichaux is in the
points
pit.
for this. The points for this series are coming straight down to the wire.
Zachary Goddard, after a very, 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 very severe issue in lap 1, is now climbing back up to a bonus point, minimizing the damage. Sure, someone's off track right now. I think that was Eric
I believe that's
Gallagher.
Brian Sawyer.
Brian Sawyer cutting across the track, and Brian JP DeFino gets a better run. Brian Sawyer doing whatever he can. There's a minute left to try to get this. I think they're going to come to the white flag. JP takes it way wide, and Brian's able to make the pass. Don't hit the pole again. Okay. Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty sure Josh employed that pole. I wouldn't put it past him. I'm pretty sure if we check on that pole, on that gantry over there, there's gonna be a JC SimSport sticker somewhere.
I wouldn't
Brian
notice.
Sawyer Now, made his way back into P3 after being in P2, and we're coming to the final lap now. Josh Sawyer has his eyes set on Mertz. Defino looking inside, not going to make it stick. Barring any mistakes, Sawyer should retain P2. It's going to come down to this last turn right here after the jump. JP's going to send it in very deep, I guarantee it. He's going to try to give Sawyer a nudge and get a better exit. Here it comes. Not able to make anything happen.
Aaron will find her and wins
JP a nudge,
the
though.
heat, followed by
It'll be
Josh Mertz in
barring
second
any-
place.
Brian looks inside, gets a better run, but not enough time to make anything
third
happen.
place.
JP Lee fourth, and Zachary Goddard after a very big issue. Again, oh, big nudge to Josh Mertz from Brian Sawyer, pushes him off track. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be black. Oh, oh my goodness, the stands are being rushed.
And it'll be Eric Dubois to round out our heat in 9th place. And that is the heat for tonight.
Post-race issues here down in pit lane. JC and Sysports and Move Over at Speedy Time pit crews fighting each other right now. They've built trenches over there, and they're now pretending that the impact guns are weapons. It's getting violent down
warm up
there.
now, so we'll let our drivers warm up. Come back. With
Don't
more
miss the
action.
future race, everybody.
So don't
'cause
go anywhere, because if you go anywhere, you're gonna miss
make
one
Steven.
heck of a race. So we'll be back, guys.
don't
With
make
more
Steven
ASN action.
So interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. In the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up and into the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. Grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rally's going to hold his spot.
Welcome back to round 52 of the championship overall and round 8 of the 6th season of the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship here in Crandon. I'm Stephen Moreau in the production truck, and next to me in the commentary box is Josh Darnell, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. Thank you to Andrew Carnelli IV for your camera support. Finally, the intro music for the NASA World feed was produced by Alex Abetti. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams weekly, along with our short-form video content. And if you'd like your content broadcasted by ASN, you can contact us at asntvusa.com. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everything. All of the info is at nasasimracing.com. And our former Crandon Grand Prix winner is Brian Sawyer from 24A. So that's huge.
I think Kieran missed that race. Or no, I think Kieran made that race. I think there was issues. I think Kieran last year had issues. I think he had issues in the lights and in the supercars last season.
Well,
so we'll see if he can avoid any potential. I remember he flipped the car last season. He flipped the car in the Lights World Championship and that's why Brian won here, I believe. I don't think the Hurricane took Kieran out of that race. But I mean, Kieran showed really strong in the heat, so I doubt anything's going to happen. But you can get too comfortable, you get lazy, you get a little complacent. That's the issue with running out there by yourself. You have no one up there to make you stay awake.
Oh my God!
Right now,
Mr. Light R, thank you for becoming a member and supporting the ASN channel. Any people out there who want to support ASN, we have ASN Plus, and we will have more content on ASN Plus for you guys to watch. But currently, we have the NASA Futures that is broadcasted for $1 a month on ASN Plus.
I think it's $2 a month now.
No, I believe it's
inflation hit us. Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe it's still just $1. I don't think they tariff.
There's putting tariffs on the NASA streams.
But thank you for coming in and supporting ASN. We're appreciative to have you here. We hope you enjoy your time in the community.
And don't forget to like the stream.
We've got a minute 25 left. With that, we will read off some programming notes, because why not? We got NASA Rallycross Contenders, the Crandon Short here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Followed that by on Saturday with is NASA Rallycross World Championship at 2 p.m. That'll be 1 second, I have the notes here. That'll be Brian Sawyer and Josh Mertz, and then with the contenders, that'll be Brian Sawyer and Justin Robichaux, and then we'll be back here again Saturday later tonight. On that night, we'll have Rallycross Strength of Fields with Brian Sawyer, myself, and Josh Durnell, and then that will kick us off into our new week of NASA Rallycross, where we have NASA Rallycross Futures at Brands Hatch at 8 p.m. with myself and Josh Mertz, and then that'll be immediately followed up by Lights World Championship, also at Brands Hatch at 9 p.m. With myself and Josh Durnell, and then that'll be immediately followed up on Monday with Rallycross Contenders with Brian Sawyer and Justin Robichaux, and then we'll it looks like Torque Sports Car will come back for round 10 at Suzuka for I believe that's Thursdays at 8:40 p.m. Eastern, and then that'll close out our last and final race for that new week of Brands Hatch with NASA Rallycross World Championships. And it looks like we're gridding, so we can take this away finally, and pull this up, and go to our grid here. Starting grid for your race tonight is Kieran LaFlander, Josh Mertz, Brian Sawyer, Gerald DeFino, Zachary Goddard, Eric Kaplinger, Jeff Cartwright, Wyatt Pearson, Eric Dubois, and Jake Robichaux. Sorry, Glenn, it sounded like you were going to say something there.
It's going to be an interesting race, for sure. Pace car pulls off, I'll pace truck, I guess.
I love the pace
JP,
truck.
Wake up. JP's asleep. There he goes, he's up. Zach got down to P5, surely not where he expected to be. We cross the first gantry. Drivers get ready for the flag to drop. Lights to go green. Come across down to the start finish. Well, the very short straight. And it's a good start for Kieran. Better start for Josh Mertz, though. It gives him a nudge.
It's an amazing
and pushes Kieran wide. They're still side by side with Josh retaining the inside line. Brian Sawyer waiting for anything that may happen. Josh looks like he's going to take P1, but Kieran has the better run. He made contact with the wall. Kablinger does. Josh a little bit off the track. Josh still holding the inside line. Cuts up on Kieran and pushes Kieran way wide.
And
Josh undercuts Sawyer and retains P1 now with the better run.
Looks like that was JP who just got caught in an accident there.
Oh yeah, I saw him on the YouTube.
It looks like Brian and Josh are now battling like
40,
like absolute madmen.
Brian Sawyer now taking the position. Goddard almost getting into the tires, holding up Kieran. Kieran gets the better run on Goddard though, and it looks like it'll move Kieran up into P3, gets the inside line. Sawyer takes P1 from Mertz. Kieran looking to block Goddard's exit, gets it done, holds P3 for the moment. Kablinger into P5. Josh Mertz is off
Josh
into
is going
the
to take
pits
his
early.
Joker immediately. Again, this is looking like Josh is good. Or sorry, his pit. And it looks like Josh is going to try to capitalize on this strategy again like he did last race.
Oh, and Goddard's into the wall. Collects Kablinger. Kablinger and Goddard slam it into the wall to try to get as off track as possible. Goddard does a full U-turn. Another mistake for Goddard. Rough night for him. It gives the position to Kablinger after causing the issue. Good sportsmanship from him, nevertheless. Brian and Kieran are now off in their own battle.
Four-car battle.
Oh my goodness. Sawyer has hit the wall. Kieran has hit the wall coming off the straight. Sawyer and Kieran now are in P1 and P2. Kieran looking to make him move. Sawyer with the better run, though. Kieran got a lot of time off of there.
To be getting a good run out of all of these corners.
Kieran looking inside.
He's
holds the inside wall.
bridges even more of a gap, now down to a 10th of a second. Kieran looking inside. Sawyer went way wide on the turn, and Kieran takes back P1. But Josh is with an early pit. We'll see where that puts it. Kieran lost a lot of time after their contact coming down here into the horseshoe. So our battles have started to fizzle out a little bit. Sawyer and Kieran are still very close. Sawyer turns in very early to try to get the diamond, but does not get the speed. Starts kind of building a gap. Starting to bridge the gap that Kieran had built. Now it's back down to about 2/10. So Sawyer is not letting Kieran get out of his sights, that's for sure. And I try to bring out some semblance of timing on my side here. I'm unable to do so. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Kieran, once again, I've been getting really... No, I don't have ATV launch, but it's fine. So Kieran is now... he comes so close to touching that wall every single time. Him and Sawyer both have now almost hit it 3 times on these last 3 laps coming down that big jump. Sawyer not letting Kieran out of his sights. I'm going to dip away from this battle as it seems to have fizzled out a little bit. Come back down here into P3. Jake is holding off Eric Dubois, who is holding off JP DeFino. And then we have Eric Cavalinger trying to build back up the losses that he had. He's looking inside on Jeff Cartwright right now. Will he be able to make something stick?
Jeff Cartwright's getting a little squirrely. It looks like maybe Cap can capitalize on that.
Cap has the inside line, but Cartwright retaining the better speed. Cap's going to look inside here, dips in for a little bit, looks in to give him a nudge, gets his rear, nudges him a little wide, will give Cap the better run. It doesn't. Jeff Cartwright is able to retain the position.
Unfortunately, all he did there was give Jeff the better rotation.
So Brian Sawyer and Kieran Liffline are still battling out ahead. Kieran's still on P1, Sawyer still P2. Jake maintaining, actually building a gap now to Eric, who comes almost into contact with JP. It was very close. Jeff Cartwright very loose across the turn, gives up a lot of time to Eric Catlinger, who's now inside, on his inside. Still on his inside as they come down the jump. Didn't let up at all. Sends it very deep, looks for the block. Jeff Cartwright takes it very early to get the early run. Will he be able to make anything happen? He doesn't. Catlinger closes the door. So Cartwright now moves him down into P7. Catlinger moves up to P6. Sawyer and Liffline still no changes. Eric and Jake still no changes. Jake with a bit of a gap to Eric now after Eric and JP had a little bit of a battle. Jake is 5 seconds up, but 6 seconds behind Sawyer. I don't think any other drivers except Josh have pitted. Am I correct in thinking that? Have you seen anybody else? Have you noticed anybody else?
I can check for us right now. 3 people have pitted. Josh,
oh, goodness,
Goddard,
someone's
and
off track.
White.
Who was that off track? I think that was Eric Dubois. Eric Dubois was way off track. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go back and see what happens. Oh my goodness, the car just did not want to rotate for him. He got caught on the berm and then was forced to take the first jump wide. Lets traffic by. Safe rejoin from Eric. Tries to get the better run coming down the start. Gets ahead of Cartwright, kind of. We'll see. I'm going to maintain with Eric here. Cartwright retains the position. So Eric, after an issue, moved him down into P. Eric Dubois down to P7 now. Cartwright P6. Cavalinger still able to hold him off. And we got plenty of racing there too.
We definitely do. We still have 23 minutes left in this race.
Oh, Eric is looking inside on Jeff Cartwright. Does not get Jeff, but still with the better run. I'm going to move back up here and see what our top 2 drivers are doing. Kieran now building a bit of a gap to Brian Sawyer. Sawyer with a bit of a gap to Jake. These top 3 are kind of in races of their own right now. None of them have yet to pit except for Josh Mertz. We'll wait to see what the other drivers' strategies will be. Dr. Goddard, after large issues, down into the P9.
He actually pitted.
Cablinger.
Him and Pearson.
Oh, did he pit?
Yeah.
Him and Pearson
Josh
pitted?
Mertz,
Okay.
Goddard, and Wyatt Pearson. All three of those boys have pitted.
Good decision from Goddard to pit early after the issue with the tires. This track is very, I mean, like, for it not looking technical, it is. Like, there are a lot of moments where you think you can grab the inside and get that run, and it catches a lot of drivers out, how the car grips up here. So Eric Cablinger, I tune back into the race here, is getting a bit of a run on JP DeFino and starting to build a little bit, starting to get kind of close to Jake Robichaux. Oh, JP DeFino and Eric Cablinger almost made contact across the start-finish line. Eric Cablinger now looking inside on JP DeFino, very close to the tires was he. Oh my goodness, looking in the danger zone. Oh, gives JP a bit of a nudge. Pushes him a little wide, he looks inside. Don't get on the berm, they hit again. They almost get turned around. Over the jump side by side, they're still battling, and JP says he's had enough, and he goes up to the pit. Followed by, it looked like Eric Dubois, or Jeff Cartwright. So Eric Cablinger, literally barking down JP DeFino's door, forces him to pit. Eric will stay out on track, now trying to bridge the gap that Jake has built.
If I was Eric, I'd be pitting on this lap if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, you have much more range.
Bark down that door. I'd be pitting right now and then hoping I can get out of those pits faster because you just cleared up a lot of track space. Like, yeah, he's got 7 seconds behind him. I think between him and Mertz, and like 3 seconds in front for 3 or 4 seconds before Jake. So like, he's created himself a nice pocket of air. I would be taking the time to pit and getting that out of the way.
I think Eric is coming off of the podium from Futures, correct? Eric Cablinger.
I could not tell you.
Okay. Well, I know that he was
I could
fast
tell you, but
in Futures.
I can't tell you right now.
I know Eric is I know Eric's fast here. I saw some of the Futures race, and I know he was I know he was higher than Jake was during that race. That's not to say that this race won't be different, but I think you're right. I think Eric thinks he's faster, may know he's faster. If he pits early, he can hope to get out ahead and not have to even worry about forcing an issue. So Kieran's now running into traffic, which could pose as an issue. He's catching up to the back of Kieran pits. Never mind, doesn't pose an issue. Kieran pits. So Kieran's in the pit. Brian Sawyer looks like Brian's going to stay out. So Brian has chosen to stay out.
So it looks like, yes, Eric Cablinger did indeed get a podium in the Futures. It was Klaus with the win, Eric with the podium, and Raymond with third place. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Eric knows Eric has a lot of confidence coming in this race. I think you're right. I feel like he should pit early. Brian Sawyer with Kieran pitting is moving up in the P1. Brian is still choosing to stay out. Gas has got to be running out soon for Sawyer, I would imagine.
And we've seen, as we see again, the early pitting strategy from Josh Mertz is clearly working for him, as he's clawed his way back up from last place to 5th place.
Cablinger is clawed way back up to Jake now, basically on his bumper.
Oh yeah, he is sniffing the exhaust coming off of that tailpipe.
Okay, I don't know. I don't think we can say that.
I don't know. That sounds still PG.
Eric Cavalier now battling with Jake. Eric goes off to his pits. Takes it a little bit late there, the entry. Gets the car slowed down though in time.
As well.
A little rocky entry, but it's fine. He got the car slowed down in time. I wouldn't black flag that. There's no one standing there.
And that's going to put the Flander into 3rd place here. Now he's going to be clawing his way up to Jake Robichaux. And if we go back here,
I wonder if Jake is going to pit.
Let's see who has not pitted yet. 3 people have not pitted yet. Brian Sawyer, Jake Robichaux, and Eric Dubois have not taken their pits yet. And they still do need to pit. But here's the thing. We still have 17 minutes to go. I don't know how much fuel these guys are running, but at some point they're going to need to go into the pits for fuel. If not, for the regulated requirement of 1 pit. So we've still got 3 more position changes for the change ups. They should
Goddard
shake up
will
the board.
definitely have Eric when Eric decides to pit, but I feel like Goddard's going to come out into a bit of a race of his own when that happens. Eric Cavalier is down in the P7 behind Goddard.
From what I can see, this is basically just going to put it as LaFlander is 1st, Josh in 2nd, and Goddard in 3rd, with Kaplinger fighting for 3rd.
Yeah, 100%. Kieran's scraping the paint off the wall. I wonder if Jake's going to stay out. Jake takes it way wide. Kieran looks inside, and they almost make contact.
Almost made that stick, actually. That was a
Jake retains the inside line. They come together. Jake forces Kieran wide. Jake holds the position for the moment, but Kieran goes around. It looks like Jake gives it up.
Looks like we got a
Jake
little...
must have felt as though that contact was on him. I feel a little bit differently about it, but we can talk about that. We'll let the...
I feel like that was just racing, if I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I don't really feel like Jake should have given that up, but you know, if you feel good, it's sportsmanship nevertheless. Felt like he made a mistake and he backed out, but Brian Sawyer would have kicked my butt.
Yeah, I definitely would have. I would have been like, elbows out, brother. Don't let up.
So Kieran now move him up to P2 after his pit. Jake into P3 still needs to pit. We'll have to see him do it soon. Brian Sawyer is staying out as long as he can.
So this is going to change up the shakeup a little bit now because of LaFlanders in 2nd place. The shakeup's not going to hit as hard for some of the other drivers here, like Cap, where Cap's not going to be fighting too hard per se for his position here, but from what I can tell, Eric still has not pitted yet, so
Eric hasn't pitted.
Eric
has
has
we've seen Cavalier,
so that's going to be a gap. Got to guarantee Goddard a P3 here.
We've seen Cavalier bridge a gap to Jake Robichaux, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him be able to do it here again. He's currently chasing down.
Is trying to keep this. Looks like Brian is trying to keep this distance between him and LaFlander here. He was around like a 7-second. But he's managed to keep it at least around 6 seconds. So that'll be half of his pit time. Because the average pit time, if we look, the average pit time is about 15 seconds, give or take here. So if he can keep him around that, like half that time, like 6 or 12 seconds.
Goddard looks inside on Eric.
Oh,
takes the position.
As we're speaking, Brian is taking his pit time right now.
We'll see where Brian comes out. Goddard was able to take the position without having to wait for Eric to pit. Eric gives it to him. After their side-by-side battle, Eric chose to not take it over
Brian
the jump.
is coming out of the pits right now, just behind Josh Mertz.
In front of
and
Goddard.
in front of Goddard. So actually, this didn't shake up the positions as big as I thought it was gonna.
Jake still has the pit, I believe. Mertz and Sawyer now are going to be battling, but
yeah, just one Jake now have to pit.
We'll wait to see what happens. I expected to see the shakeup between Goddard and Eric to happen in the pit, but Goddard there's quite the gap. He chopped down that time, and is now starting to build a gap to Eric. Looking to catch up to Brian Sawyer. Goddard definitely has the pace here. Him and Sawyer did in their qualifying. They both had they were P2 and P3. So Goddard knows he's fast. Here. Mertz is trying
Goddard
to run away
just
from
put up a lap 2/10 faster than Brian Sawyer. So Goddard definitely has the pace off Brian. It's just gonna be, it's just gonna come down to what was the words I'm looking for here? It's gonna come down to timing, the sake of timing here, where Goddard's gonna have to hope and pray there's enough time left for him to claw those 2/10 back every lap from Brian Sawyer's.
Brian Sawyer is 3/10 faster than Josh Mertz right now. Well, Zachary Goddard with a 43.8 last lap, 3/10 slower than Brian Sawyer. So the gap, Sawyer's starting to.
With Josh.
Sawyer is starting to build a gap to Goddard, but starting to claw his way back to Mertz. Mertz with a 43.8 last time around. We'll see what he can do this. He needs to maintain this position. Strategy is done for both of these drivers, and Josh needs to hope he can't catch up to Jake before he pits, or else it's going to wind up slowing him down. 44.1 for Josh. Brian comes across the line with a 43.5, so he's gaining time. Another very consistent for Brian Sawyer right now. Zachary Goddard comes across with a 43.5 as well, so even 43.55 for Goddard, 43.58 for Sawyer. So Goddard is faster, but speed won't matter. There won't be enough time left if he needs to lay down heaters.
And we are officially hitting the 10-minute marker here. 10 minutes left to go in the race. We have Kieran LaFlander in first place, Jake Robichaud in second, Josh Mertz in third, Brian Sawyer in fourth, Zach Goddard in fifth, Eric Kaplinger in sixth, Jeff Cartwright in seventh, Wyatt Pearson in eighth, Gerald DeFino in ninth, and Eric Dubois in 10th. And that rounds out our field. That's
Kieran
still right on board with Josh Mertz.
Kieran is still running. It looks to be like the fastest laps at the moment. Jake Robichaud with a 45.1 to compare to Josh Mertz's 43.5. Jake still yet to use his pit stop. Brian Sawyer with a 43.4. So we'll see if Brian is starting to close. Has Josh Mertz in his sights now. Josh Mertz starting to come into traffic. Catching up to Jake now. Will there be issues? Jake is on very worn tires. Josh has so much more grip coming through that section. It's crazy. I wonder if we see Jake pit here. I'm curious to see what the strategy will be.
If I was Jake, I would have pitted a while ago, if I'm gonna be honest. Because
still no pit stop
he's
from
got
Jake.
8 minutes. He had 8 minutes left, and that's pretty much what it took for everybody else who pitted to come back.
Oh, Josh
from
Mertz
their
is going to
position.
make the move. Looks inside, but Jake gets the better run and maintains the inside position for the next turn. Breaks very early to block up Josh and does get it done, but Josh has the newer tires and the better grip. Still, Jake gets the better run. Able to maintain P2 for the moment. Big battle happening right now. Josh Mertz with a 43.6, Jake with a 44.1, so Josh is faster here, but he needs to get past Jake, who looked like he was going to pit, but still refuses to do so. Josh Mertz looking inside and gets the pass done. blocks off Jake, who goes around the outside and is going to look for a switchback
Makes
coming up to
sense.
the start-finish. Jake looking for the better run.
Josh Mertz.
Not able to make it happen. So now Brian Sir, this lap run, a 43.4. Josh Mertz did a 43.9, so Jake certainly slowed him up. Josh a little wide over that jump. Gets the car straight away, though. Jake starting to claw back a little bit of time. It seemed like Josh got a little slow there. Going to cut back to Goddard here running a 44.4.
Jake is finally going to take his pit.
Okay, so Jake pits. So he's out of the pole position battle now.
He's officially out of the running now.
So move Goddard up to P4. Sawyer P3 currently still looking to catch up to Josh Mertz. Kieran Liftlander running. Last lap was a 44.4, only a tenth faster than Sawyer. Well, right now, last lap, 3 tenths faster than Sawyer. So Kieran's still putting down fastest laps as we continue this race. I need a drink of water. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Kieran Liftlander is 11 seconds ahead of Josh Mertz. And that, folks,
barring any mistakes, I mean, there could even be a
crazy.
mistake.
I think that's the fastest gap we've had in the entire season.
Brian Sawyer definitely still has Josh Mertz in his view. Looking to lower that gap down to as much as he can. Only has 6 minutes left to do so. So time is running out. Brian with his
time
fastest,
is of the essence.
Brian's with his fastest lap yet, I believe, with a 43.3. Josh Mertz ran a 43.9. So Brian is clawing it back. He's certainly getting the time back. Goddard with a 43.7. See what they do across the line. I'm watching Josh Mertz right now. It comes across the line with a 43.5. Sawyer with a 43.3. So still, Brian is clawing back time lost. Josh Mertz is trying to run away. Goddard with a 43.6. So if these drivers were side by side, Kieran Liftlander, Brian Sawyer, and Zachary Goddard in terms of their overall pace. But Josh Mertz again comes out with the big brain moves, and his strategy just seems to be on point both of these endurance rounds. Going to come across the line now. We almost get contact between Jake Robichaux and Wyatt Pearson. Jake scraped the bumper paint off the back of Wyatt Pearson's car. Josh Mertz come across the line with a 43.7. Sawyer with a 43.5. Another 2 tenths faster. Goddard with a 43.5 as well. So Goddard and Sawyer, only hundredths of a second separate these two drivers. Josh Mertz is just trying to wear down the clock. Barring any mistakes, Josh Mertz should maintain P2. Sends it very deep into the horseshoe. It's a good run coming down. A turn into the last turn before the start finish. Sawyer gets it very tight. Coming across there. He'll finish with a 43.8. Mertz with a 43.4. So Sawyer lost a little bit of time there. Almost, but those last 2 laps are almost wasted at this point now. So Josh Mertz starting to claw back a little bit of time. Some speed left in the tank, obviously. Sawyer now 2 seconds behind. Goddard 6 seconds behind him. Oh my goodness, did Goddard have an issue? 9 seconds behind him. Goddard did have another issue. Goddard comes in contact with the gantry again. Wraps the car around the pole. The car just did not want to turn after the jump. Hits the tire. Thankfully does not damage the car at all, although I think we have cameras turned off, but that still can waste a lot of time. Gets the car started. The car rotated in his favor. He's able to maintain P4, but that should take him out of any type of pole position for this last race. Sawyer is caught up to Josh Mertz. Or Kablinger has caught up to Goddard, I mean, after that mistake. Sorry, they're paints, man. Eric Kablinger now looking to take P4 from Goddard. Kablinger currently in P5. Now make him only 8/10 behind Goddard, who now has to look to defend. We take 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left in this race. 3 minutes maybe. So Eric Kablinger needs to make something happen soon if he wants to get that extra position, those extra points. It would definitely help move over its speedy time for sure. Goddard has the speed though. I don't know. Kablinger also last time around put down a 43.5, so these two drivers are also very even in pace. Time is not in Kablinger's favor at the moment. Kieran, however, still now running into traffic. Jake Robichaux around. Kieran's got to be a little scared right now as he comes into traffic. Wyatt Pearson flips the car in the panic. So now Kieran has dodged Calamity once again and is now looking at Jake Robichaux for the pass. Jake may let him have it. He does not. Jake gets the better run down the line. So Kieran's still caught up in traffic. 43.8 last time around, but it shouldn't matter much with the gap he has. Looks inside on Jake to get the pass done. Jake's still not letting him have it. Josh Mertz last time around at 43.4. Brian Sawyer at 43.5. So Mertz is maintaining the gap. 43.9, 43.8. Sawyer was fast. Go back to the battle between Goddard and Kablinger with Wyatt Pearson now in the lap traffic scenario. Kablinger hits the wall. Wyatt has to check up. Goddard now builds a bit of a gap to Kablinger. We bring 1 minute final lap now in this race as we come across. Kieran Lichtleiner is still battling Jake Robichaux, who will not give him the position. Jake brakes very late, hits Kieran's front, gets him sideways. Kieran able to maintain control and still takes back, not really takes back, but gets past, overtakes Jake to maintain pole position. Jake very aggressive coming down the line there. Josh Mertz with a 43.7, Brian Sawyer a 43.4. But something's going to happen and has to happen now, Brian. Goddard with a 43.8, 43.6, 43.3 for Kablinger, who's gaining a lot of speed.
Starts final lap.
Kablinger now battling. JP Decino looking inside on Cartwright, not able to make a stick.
Alright.
That's it. Kieran Lichtleiner takes home pole position here at Crandon, followed by Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer in third. Looks like Goddard will be able to hold on to P4 in front of Kablinger. Kablinger looks inside, but it won't matter. Zach's already around the bend. P4 for him after a lot of issues tonight. Good race from Goddard. Eric Kablinger, P5. Some of these drivers.
And as we come around the last final bend, it'll be
oh goodness! Contact between the two drivers.
Side by side over the jump.
Cartwright maintains it.
Cartwright maintains it, and Gerald DeFino will come seventh.
I believe Jake should be coming. Is he coming around still, or Jake is coming?
Everybody across the line. Jake's 1 lap down.
Yeah. Is Wyatt Pearson out?
But that makes our race. So I'll bring up the results here real quick. And we'll read off the results. So we got Kieran the Flander for KLR in first place. Josh Mertz for Mertz Racing Technologies in second. Brian Sawyer with Move Over at Speedy Time in third. Zach Goddard with JC Sim Sport in fourth. Eric Kablinger with Move Over at Speedy Time in fifth. Jeff Cartwright with Speed Bumps Repair Shops by SNSR and TWRS in sixth. And Gerald DeFino with Saints and Sinners Racing by TWRS in seventh. Jake Robichaux with Slapex Racing powered by TWRS in eighth. Wyatt Pearson with JC Academy Green in ninth. And Eric Dubois with Team Watson Racing in 10th. And with that, we will
interviews. Bring up our
break off into
interviewees.
interviews. So,
Don't
give
forget
me
to
2
unmute
secs
Discord.
here.
Nope, 2 secs.
Boom. Boom. Hello. All right.
I hear you. In Discord, at least.
Our third place was Brian Sawyer.
Brian Sawyer. Bring him up here.
So bring up Brian Sawyer. Baba Booey. You can hear us, Brian?
I can hear you guys. What's up?
Perfecto. Walk us through your race for tonight, man. You started third, finished third, and you led for 11 laps.
I would have been second had I not flipped there, but Steven, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
Can you pull up the timing tower and show me the pit times? I just want to know if I had the fastest one or not.
I definitely can do that for you for sure. You did not.
Did not. Wow. Okay.
Fastest pit time was Kieran LaFlander with a 15.1.
Okay. Hot dog. I thought it was screaming through there, but okay. Yeah. I had a great race. Should have been second. Flipped the car. Surprised. I knew when I pit, I came back. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You're all good.
I knew I was going to pit. I knew I was going to come out by about 5 seconds behind Josh, but clawed it back to 1 at the end. So shit happens. PG 13. Sorry. I just kind of got in my own head driving the car, flipping it. I'm just going to go through it all. I want to thank my mom, my wife. I want to thank Tom Grady for teaching us how to drive this track a little bit better last season. Chris Leone for making me drive this track 3,000 times a fucking year. Oh my God, I'm going TVMA. I'm tired. That was a long race. And my teammates, Ray, Eric, that's off to Eric for sticking it out for a full hour and a half of almost racing tonight. So yeah, that's all I got, guys.
Awesome, Possum. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for racing. We'll see you next week.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Have an awesome rest of your night. And we will bring up Josh Mert.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Josh. How was your race? Again, the pit strategy proved to be in your favor.
Well, Brian made fun of me and said, "Oh, you don't want to race me?" I said, I just want to have 30 minutes of driving this car. I want to immediately start out my interview by saying an unofficial congratulations to Kieran Lifflander, because while I was waiting for Brian to be interviewed, I did some points calculations, and a maximum you can get is 56 for the last 2 weeks, and he is up by 56. So I think the kid has clinched it, which is deserving. I know honestly, I raced him like garbage last week. And I don't want to say racing like full garbage in general against him, but I mean, you got to have elbows out and whatever else, knees and legs and everything else out to be even close to him. So
these are endurance races. We're Rallycross drivers. We're not used to these types of tracks. I mean, mistakes happen for us here. We never saw any malicious intent in that crash. It just seemed like the car got away from you a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta be. I said it in some stream. I think it was yesterday. You gotta predict. You have to be so on top of the car. You have to predict what's gonna happen. But I just want to give an early shout out. Like I said, I mean, he's gonna win it regardless. But I think he's clinched it early, and he deserves it. And in regards to my race, we started second, and I know that the one chance I have is turn 1, lap 1 against him, and I'm in a very arrive and drive mindset. I don't have time to practice. We've gone over that till we're blue in the face, but it was fun either way. I do like the long layout better than the short layout. The long, you have more flow, you have more opportunities to get into a rhythm, and this, it's just rapid fire, ADHD, and
this is very much so a trophy truck track.
Yeah, which is hilarious with knowing how I am and how I drive and everything, that I don't like this layout, but it's fun to watch. Not very
Certainly
fun to
is.
drive.
No,
but yeah,
I hate this track.
it was just 30 minutes of driving. It was fun. Hate for
It was
for
good driving
Zach.
though.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Lap
hey,
one
he came
was
through.
lap one was interesting when Zach hit the berm, and then I had a rolling car in front of me, and I haven't had a rolling car that close in front of me in years. And to quote Andy Jakowiak, ARCA driver from a couple years ago, I just didn't lift until I saw God or the checkered flag. So I couldn't stop, and we just had to drive through them. And then I don't know what it is, and I say this jokingly, I love you both, with my teammates wanting to kill me today, but Wyatt crashed and was sitting in the middle of the road, and he didn't know where we were. But yeah, so that was fun.
Like my favorite comedian always says, and I ain't never gonna stop.
Yeah, it's bananas.
Well, Josh, you got anyone you want to thank for P2 tonight?
I have my wonderful wife Chloe, who's sitting next to me, very supportive always. I've got my in-laws AJ and Angie. Want to thank my mom. Want to thank my friends Ryan, Julie, Stevie, the entire Woodridge Wolfpack 98H. What else? Leadership teams of ASN, NASA, JC Simsport. I want to give a public shout out. I know I said, I think during the World Championship broadcast, but shout out to Jess Rakowski. She's been doing a lot with the race team in ASN, and she got accepted to the Radical Esports Cup on a team there. She has to leave NASA and all that stuff at the end of the season, so I wish her best of luck and thank her for her contributions. And Emma and Debbie from Crown Creamery, always super supportive and trying to get as many podium finishes as we can for you ladies. And can't wait to get some ice cream at the fair soon.
Josh,
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for racing with us tonight. And we'll see you next week.
It's always fun. I'll see you guys.
See you later, man.
We bring up
our poll
P1.
Our poll winner, P1.
Hey, Karen, you got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Welcome to
first
the
things
race.
first. Yeah, I got a question. I got to fire right off the bat. You coming up to lap traffic there around towards the end of the race. How did it feel seeing a car flip in front of you?
Yeah. It was scary for sure. Yeah, the strategy was just to pit right at the end, like with the 2 to 3 to go, because tires don't mean anything. I mean, at the end of the race, I'm only up 4 psi, and that's like a regular 8-lap race in rookies. So, like anywhere. So the tires really didn't mean anything, but if I had to choose one, it'd be right front, because you're leaning on the right front mostly. Every turn is a left turn, but your car is leaning on the right front. So had to strategize that, but then I caught back markers really early in the run, like not even before the first half of the race. I think it was Cartwright and Pearson, and Cartwright tapped Pearson, and I saw it coming, and his car kind of veered off in front of me, and I had to get on the brake pretty hard. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pit now. I can't. I'm stressing myself out right now. I have a 8 second lead, so let me just pit, get it over with. I've rehearsed this pit road, and yeah, I pit, had a pretty decent pit stop. Came out in front of Josh, and then just had to stay consistent, and then I had so many issues in the end of the race. JP was battling, or he wasn't even battling Cartwright. I was like 5 to 10 seconds back for literally 10 laps. Caught them a second a lap every lap. And then when I got to JP's bumper, he was side by side, and then he locked it up over the jump instead of just letting the car roll and go over the jump normally and turn left, and hit me, and I almost went off. And yeah,
we saw that too.
Yeah, I stopped breathing right there for a second. So
I bet.
Yeah, I saw Josh fly right across my screen. I know I just had to get back on track and just stay calm, cool, and collected. Saw Wyatt coming, had to let him go, and yeah, and then Jake locked it up into me on lap 39 in the last corner. Again, all these were accidental. Nothing is intentional, and I'm not upset. Just just stuff happens. We saw it in contenders and futures. And yeah, this place is rough. It's not the Rallycross type of track, or it's not a Rallycross track rather, and we only go to these type of tracks once a season. So,
not to mention endurance. Yeah. I mean, a lot of these drivers aren't used to being out there for 30 minutes.
Right.
I know I'm not. So coming up on having to deal with a blue flag behind you isn't something we're all that used to seeing. But still, consistency was key. You proved to be the king of that tonight, like you have all season. Do you have anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom and dad. Dad, he's watching right now, and as well as my mom and my sister. My girlfriend as well, Maria. She just the last quote I'll say. She helped me a lot with the paint schemes last week, and couldn't sweep the weekend, and I really wish I could. Hurts, but we were able to take off Schleben in the supercars. But yeah, had to get my revenge this season. The past 2 seasons, Crandon has not been nice to me. Crandon Short got beat around by move over at Speedy Time, and that's just that was my first season. It's just welcome to NASA. This is it. So Crandon Long last season wasn't too nice with me, or Crandon Full rather. And yeah, had to come back this season. Brian had the fast lap on Garage 56, and then I hit a 42.1 last night. So yeah, the track state varies across all the sessions, and yeah, that was like a wonder lap. It was an insane lap. But yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't had the help with everybody at Team KLR making these cars as fast as Xfinity 10G. But yeah, really excited to go to Brands Hatch, and I don't know how the points are lined up right now. There's talk about I've locked it up apparently, but
Well, I'll
yeah.
tell you. So, I don't know about the championship. Josh Mertz told us that he did points, he did math. God help us all. And that you did clinch the Lights World Championship. You're up by 56 points. So, if that's to be true, congratulations. What I can confirm, though, is that you do have the trophy for the Endurance Cup.
Hi, everyone. Kieran Lifflander won the Endurance Cup and unofficially is the 25A Lights World Champion. There's 56 points left for the last 2 races. He has 56 points over me. Good night.
Can I have a microphone back? Okay. All right. So, very rude. So, congratulations, Kieran. It won the Endurance Cup, won the won the Lights World Championship. It's got to feel great. Congratulations on the win tonight. Go home, get some rest. It's Sunday. Happy Easter to you.
You too.
And congratulations on the wins, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I got to thank everybody at Team KLR making this possible, and you guys always. Josh, I know you've been learning in the past season or two here in the commentary box, and you're doing great. Same with you, Steven. Thank you guys for making this possible, and yeah, I really got to soak this in. Emotions haven't sank in yet, but yeah, really happy. I think I heard my family cheering already. So yeah, we're gonna go celebrate this, soak it in, and yeah, we'll stay here because we got to work on the supercar. We were really fast in testing earlier, and then yeah, from then on we'll go into the last 2 rounds at Brands Hatch and Lincoln in Norway.
Enjoy the win, Kieran. It's well deserved. Okay.
Thank you
Take
much.
it easy, buddy. We'll see you next. I'll see you Saturday, and then we'll see you back here next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, Steven. Do you want to read us out?
I do indeed. You'll just have to give me 2 seconds.
I feel like there was something I wanted to say, and I forget what it was. I don't know. Maybe I'll just say I love you, Mom.
Here we are. All right. If you like, oh, hold on. Here we are. Let me hit that button. Dang it.
Oh, he hit the button. Oh, guys, follow us on everything. Blue
If
Sky,
you like what
Twitter,
you see,
Twitch.
be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. And ring the bell to be notified of our live streams weekly, along with our short form content. And don't forget to like the stream, please. And if you'd like your content broadcasted by ASN, you can contact us at asnTVUSA.com. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone. All the info is at nasasimracing.com. And the checkered flag falls on the evening here in Crandon on behalf of our entire production staff and producer myself, Stephen Moreau. My name, Josh Fennell here.
That was not his name, ladies
for
and gentlemen.
commentary. And thank you all for joining us for today's coverage of NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship. Congratulations to our winner. And just a reminder, don't miss the 8th round of NASA Rallycross contenders from here at Crandon tomorrow. Until then, so long, everyone.